What is good, Neo family? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one I'm going to be talking about the one and only Neo stock and help you guys better understand the price action of this company. I'm also going to talk about the overall stock market and how this may affect Neo going into the future, as we do have some major updates that just came out involving the whole Ukraine situation, something Joe Biden just said, and the Fed. I'm also going to talk about the latest pieces of news affecting Neo and what Neo put on their Twitter page that makes me very, very bullish for the future of this company. Now, before I say anything about the future of Neo, before I talk about the share price and what you should be expecting going forward, I do have to mention some very important things first. The first thing is I'm not a financial planner, so please do not take this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. And not only benefits me, but benefits the entire Neo community as a whole. The last things, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link down below and in the description. If you do sign up for Moomoo and deposit $100, you're not only going to qualify for up to 5 free stocks, each worth up to $3,500, but you're also going to have the opportunity to win up to $200,000, as Moomoo is giving away $200,000 for the new year. So if you want a chance to win up to $200,000, guys, please check it out. And with that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So looking at Neo, it's currently up over 8.41% for the day. Let's go, guys. And just as I told you, I did see a big move to the upside relatively soon. So I want to talk about this in a little bit more detail with you guys, but we got to look at the market first because the market had a big reaction. We can see the S&P 500, the SPY, it's up 1.61% for today. It does have a gap right over here that probably has to get filled, and the same thing it can be said about almost the entire market, right? We're seeing Tesla in the green. Roblox had their earnings. It's up about 7.29%, but it's actually dropping really hard in the after hours after what Joe Biden just said, just as is the entire market. So let's talk about what happened. So why did the market explode today? Let's first talk about that. This is what happened. Basically, this article changed. It states that the Nasdaq was up over 2.5%. Many stocks exploded because investors are betting on the easing of the Russia-Ukraine tensions. So here's what actually went down. So basically, what happened was Russia is allegedly starting to remove troops from the big border of Ukraine. They're starting to move them to the home base, and as a result of that, the media kind of like started telling us that look, it's easing up, and a lot of investors reacted like this, thinking the invasion won't be as bad. So that's one of the reasons why the market was kind of reacting in a good way. On top of that, the Fed's Bullard also stated that look, causing interest rates to go up is not necessarily going to hurt the economy. It's not a threat to the economy. It is going to slow it down, though, but that's a difference between slowing it down and hurting it. Now, another thing is he did say he wants 1% rates by July. But guys, based off what happened during the meeting, based off the things that were disclosed, the Fed doesn't look like it wants to raise rates until after they're done with the money printing by March 10th. So possibly by mid to late March, that's when we should be expecting rate hikes, maybe by mid-March at, I would say, the most realistic standpoint of time I could think of. So I just want to put it out there, guys. Be prepared for the FOMC meeting that's coming. That's definitely going to be the time. So what's going on with the market now? The market's kind of on the edge right now. It's on ice. We don't truly know if we're ready to just explode and just recover. The VIX did start to drop by some margin after the market started to run up. But then President Joe Biden said this, and this is the thing that's causing us to drop in the after hours. He pledged full force to defend Americans, NATO allies, and Ukraine under the Russian threat. This is important because, look, President Joe Biden did also state that it is still possible for Russia to invade Ukraine. We're not necessarily in the end game yet. It's not over yet. This is still concerning, and I don't like to spread FUD, guys, but I have to report what the truth is. Like, this is not out of the water just yet, so we can't become too excited. Now, from a technical analysis standpoint, I do want to talk about something very important, and that is this right here. I talked about the gap fill, and NEO also has a major gap right over here. This big gap, in my opinion, has to get filled in the future, or most likely there's a very high probability it will. So what are gaps? For those of you who don't know, it just represents a time frame where there's no trading in a stock. Now, we have one really low down here, so maybe when rates are risen, we could see that get filled. But look here. So we had a gap at 24, it got filled, right? That just means we ran between the range to fill the gap. And then if we go right here, we had a gap at, what is that? 24.93. It got filled immediately after as we started to drop. And now look at this right here. We have a gap right here. I actually pinpointed it. It's at $24 flat, between 24 and I would say around that's about 24.20, maybe to 24.29. So The $24 range, guys, we're most likely going to see NEO drop there. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow. I'm saying that based off historical trends, I think that we are going to have to fill the gap. Now, when it comes to NEO's price action, we may not crash or like drop that quickly. It's probably going to have to get filled in the next upcoming trading days, maybe in a week or two from now. So it may take a little bit of time for it to get filled. But here's what you could be expecting. So if I zoom out, we have the long-term EMA. This is the 120 EMA right here. And obviously, because it's over a longer time frame, it's way higher. And this has been acting as resistance for NEO for quite a bit of time. So if we zoom in right here, Neo's not gonna most likely it's not gonna probably break past 26.49. It's probably gonna get rejected there if it does go that high, or it could just start dropping from right over here. Now we also have a gap fill, guys, for the future. There's gonna be a gap fill right here between 27 and 26, right? So we do have another gap fill to get filled in the future, and I don't necessarily think we're gonna fill it just yet. I think we're gonna end up getting rejected at the EMA right over here, and we're probably going to drop. So I see us in terms of price either getting rejected from 25.80 or getting rejected from 26.48. We're probably going to go to one of those levels, get rejected, then drop, and something might cause the market to drop a little bit, and Neo's probably going to fill the gap at 24 flat. I'm not losing faith in the company. I'm super bullish for the long term. I'm super excited for the future of this company. I've not lost faith. I'm just putting it out there, guys. I want you guys to be prepared for this. I want you guys to know that this is what the chart is showing. Now, another thing about NEO is look, the Motley Fool and many analysts out there are still saying that NEO has a very good buy alert. And they're saying that they're very bullish on NEO, especially with the new SUVs coming out, especially over the summer. As their production really starts to increase, it's going to be very good. I can't wait for the ET7, guys. It's a monster. The ET5 is coming out soon too, especially towards the end of this year. Very awesome bullish catalysts are coming. Their revenue is going to get better. Their deliveries are going to get better. So be prepared for that going forward. The last thing I wanted to talk about is this right here on their Twitter page. NEO talked about how excited to see cities use of local policies and incentives to encourage the wider adoption of electric vehicles. This impact will have on the rest of the globe. So as you guys can see, Neos are very amazing. They're very lucrative. They're amazing cars because of the fact that, look, you could charge it or you could replace the battery at a station. We rarely ever see any cars that are able to do that. That's something that's very amazing with this company. It's very great for China, the biggest EV sector in the world. And I can't wait for what the future holds as the world is going electric, guys. We have entered the EV revolution. It's going to get bigger and bigger in the next decade. And you are just barely entering it with a company like NEO. It's just getting started. So be prepared, guys. Be ready for the future. I'm very excited and I can't wait for what the future holds. That's what I have for this one. I want to thank each and every one of you for listening, and I will see you on the next one. NEO to the moon, and peace out.